Welcome to day 88 of Maths Wizard. So we were doing section formula and mid formula chapter, and already I have explained you guys that how to find a coordinate which divides a line segment in some ratio, right? In the last session we had discussed questions like this. For example, in this question we have to calculate the coordinates of the points of the point P which divides the line segment in the joining points. Basically you are given two end points like point A which is 1,3 and point B which is 5,9, and there is a point P which divides this line into 1:2, right? 1:2. So let's say that point P be here which divides the given line into 1:2, and now we have to find a point, this point P basically which have coordinates as no doubt x comma y, right? So to find the coordinates of x comma y, I have already explained you that what is the formula of finding x and y. For the x it was m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, right? Another one for to find basically y, it is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2, correct? So these are the formulas to find basically the coordinate of point P, to find basically the coordinate x and y. So let's substitute the values which are given the basically the points which are named as x1 and y1 for the coordinates A, and for B it is x2 and y2. Similarly for the ratio we name it as m1 is to m2. It means the first one is m1 and the second one is m2. Just we need to substitute the values over here, and let's get the values right now. So it is m1 is 1 over here, x2 is 5, then plus m2 is 2, and x1 is over here 1, whole divided by m1 plus m2, sorry, m1 plus m2. Where is m1 plus m2? 1 plus 2 which is 3, right? So let's write over here 1 plus 2. Then it will become 5 plus 2, right? 1 multiply 5 and 2 multiply 1. So then 1 plus 3, 5 to 7, it is 7 by 3. So coordinate of x is 7 by 3. Similarly, let's try to find value of y. So it will be m1 which is 1, 1 m2, and then y2 is 9, then plus m2 is 2, and y1 is 3, whole divided by 1 plus 2, m1 plus m2. 1 into 9 is 9, 2 into 3 is 6, divided by 1 plus 3, 9, 6, 15 by 3, and it will become 5. Got it, guys? So this is the question for the first, this is the answer for the first one, basically 7.3, 5, and this is the coordinate of point P which divides the line segment into 1:2, 1:2. Got it? So this is the first part. Let's do in the same way the second part, where generally in the coordinate of A and B we get negative signs also, and generally students make mistakes while solving, calculation mistake, basically silly mistakes you can say. So in this second part, this was your first part. Now in the second part we are given end points are minus 4,6, this is your point A, this is your point A, and this is your point B which is 3, minus 5. Then the ratio is given 3:2 this time. So let's say there is a point P over here which coordinate is P, x, y, I mean, and the ratio is 3:2. So this is your m1 and this is your m2, this is your x1 y1, no doubt, and this is your x2 y2, right? So we already know all the values. Let's substitute. In last class I have also explained you that we can write the coordinates directly like x, y, and we can substitute the values over here, m1 x2 plus m2 y, I mean x1, m2 x1 whole divided by m1 plus m2, right? And for y it will be m1 y2 plus m2 y1 whole divided by m1 plus m2. Got it? Okay. So most of the students think that it is useless to write the formulas again and again. Like in the same slide I have written this formula 2 times. Once I wrote over here, and once again in the second part I wrote formula. No, it is not wastage of time, or in initial phase when you start learning that how to apply these formulas, you should write again and again whenever you get the question right. Okay na? So that it becomes confirmly in your head mind basically. stable. So this is x comma y. For now, let's substitute the values. What are the values? Just pick up from here. So values are like this. M1 is no doubt 3, x2 is 3, then plus M2 is 2 into x1 is negative 4 whole divided by M1 plus M2, it means 3 plus 2, then comma. Similarly over here M1 is 3 into y2 is 3, no sorry my mistake, 5 minus 5, then plus M2 is 2 and y1 is 6 whole divided by M1 plus M2, which is 3 plus 2. So this will be the coordinate, just we need to solve this one. So let's solve. So it will be 3 3 is a 9, then plus minus it will become, and 4 2 is a 8 divided by 3 to 5, comma, minus 15 plus 6 2 is a 8 divided by 3 to 5, and it will be 1 upon 5, then comma, it will become minus 7 upon 5. So this is the coordinate that we actually wanted to find. Got it? So that's all for the first question. Now let's move towards our next question. Before that, if you have any kind of doubt, basically you can send on this number. I'm going to provide you the video solution for that particular doubt question. And if you need personal online class, you can connect on me on this number, and also join the Telegram group, so that the PDFs that I basically write over here, slides, I'm going to share there. Okay, link will be in the description for the to join the Telegram group. Now let's come to the next question. Now this is one of the most important question. Okay now, and I'm going to explain you in a way which is most comfortable way, you can say, to find the ratio. Okay now and let me tell you, only this question I'm going to explain you in two ways. First thing, if you say the question is saying that in what ratio is the line joining 2 comma minus 3 and 5 comma 6 divided by the x-axis. So first of all, if the line joining these points, it means first try to make the line, it is 2 comma minus 3 and another one is 5 comma 6. Let's say the name of this line is AB. No problem, right? Fine. Now there is another x-axis. Actually this x-axis is dividing this given line in some ratio. In which ratio? We don't know. In what ratio? Basically we don't know. In some ratio. Actually we have to find that particular ratio. Okay na? Okay, let me explain you in two ways. Already I told you that I am going to explain you this question in two ways. 1 minute. Fine. So this is method 1, you can say. And let me tell you method 1. Let me tell you, you are going to use the method 2 to write the answer in your examination or in your school test paper basically. The reason will be why. In just some time you will get to know. So let's say there is a point x-axis divided by x-axis, means that point must be, the point must lie on the x-axis, and any point which lie on the x-axis which has x coordinate as something but y coordinate must be 0. Any point which lies on the x-axis, it has coordinated as x at some basically variable you can say, or any basically particular number, but y must be 0. So let's say this is the point P whose coordinate is x comma 0, because this line is divided by x-axis. Now let's say this was your x-axis, let's say, assume it, right, x-axis, then any point on this axis will be x comma 0, got it? And this point is dividing now the given line in some ratio. Which ratio? We don't know. Let's say that ratio is M1 is to M2. M1 ratio M2, simple, very simple. Now whenever you will have to find the ratio, they will always give you this point. Either both the coordinates will be given or any one. Either they will say x-axis or they may say you y-axis. In that case it will be 0 comma y. In case of y-axis, no problem, right? X-axis value will be 0. Fine. So in this case we know we know the value of y, this thing. It means to find the ratio, we are going to use the value formula of y only, For example, to find the y coordinate, formula is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 whole divided by m1 plus m2, right? So this is the thing, actually formula for y, this one, right? To find the y coordinate, basically it is also known as ordinate. Now if we want to find the ratio, what does ratio means? Ratio means we need to find m1 upon m2. That's what actually we need to find. Fine. Now let's substitute the values over here that we actually know from here. Fine. So this is your x1 and this is your y1. This is your x2 and this is your y2. x2 and y2. Now if you see this y, we already know this value is 0, is equal to m1 is m1, no doubt we don't know, y2 is 6, then plus m2 is m2 and y1 is negative of 3 whole divided by m1 plus m2, we don't know. If we cross multiply, what do we get? See, this thing multiply, it will become 6 m1 plus minus then 3 times m2, right? And then if you multiply by 0, it will become 0. Now because we want m1 upon m2, right, ratio, so it will become 6 of m1 is equal to 3 times m2, or we can say m1 upon m2, then 6 will be divided of this number, so it will become 1 by 2, which is nothing but 1:2. So we got the ratio as 1:2. We got the ratio as 1:2. Got it? Very easy. And you can say very important question. Another method. See, let me tell you what they say in this type of question, and almost every book they have used ratio as k ratio 1, and if you are able to find value of k, that is your actually ratio. So the reason behind it to take k, what is the reason? Basically I am going to explain you. See over here, if you see, this is m1 ratio m2, right? What if I say this is 10 upon 20, then you can cancel by 10 1 times 2 times, so it is 1:2, right? It means you can divide numerator and denominator by same number, right? By same number, by any number, but that must be same, for the numerator and for the denominator. Similarly, m1 and m2 is nothing but m1 upon m2. Ratio m1 ratio m2 is what? m1 upon m2. And now if I want to divide by m2, the numerator as well as denominator, what is the problem then? Nothing, right? So m1 upon m2, I divided numerator by m2, and I am going to divide the denominator by m2 also. This is numerator, this is denominator. Now if you see, this is nothing but m1 upon m2, that actually we want to find. So this one will be k. Let's say we are assuming it as k, and this thing will get cancelled out to get as 1. So ratio is k:1. So whenever in any book, in any textbook, basically k:1 is taken, don't think that is wrong, right? Okay. From another method, again I am going to solve to get the value of k as 1:2, 1/2. The same ratio that we actually got from the very simple method, right? Okay, fine. Value is 2 comma minus 3. Let me write over here 2 comma minus 3, and the another one is 4 comma 6. It was 5 comma 6. 5 comma 6. This time divided by x-axis, so it is x comma 0. Now the ratio we have taken is k:1, not m1 ratio m2, because when we consider m1 ratio m2, we have two variables, and generally students basically feel little bit difficult, finds difficult, right? No problem. So now you will have only one variable, that is your k, to just extract from the equation. Okay, let's apply the formula. Again you are going to apply the formula for y, because we know the value of y, right? So y is equal to, again and again try to write the basically formula for it. So value, just substitute the values, it will be 0. M1 is k over here, M2 y2 is 6, then plus M2 is 1 into y1 is negative of 3 divided by M1, so it will become k plus 1, M1 plus M2 na, k plus 1. Now just again you can cross multiply, this thing will get same thing, so it will become 6k, then minus ka 3 is equal to, this thing will become 0. Now from here you can easily find value of k, which is nothing but 3 by 6, which is nothing but 1:2. So actually you will find that this method is little bit easier than the first one, right? Because this time we have only 1k, we do not have to think about M1 upon M2, two variables together, just we need to know about only one variable, that is your k. So that's the correct way you can say, or the most of the books have used this method. So always try to use this method to find the ratio. From the next question, again and again you will get the same kind of questions where you will have to find the ratio. So I will use exactly this method. Got it? So in today's video I have already explained you how to find the ratio, and from next video again and again this question will come. So we'll practice more questions on this. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Jai Hind.